This is my sort of review or explanation of this Radio Sputnik from Air Instruments. It's a strange little modular synth that is both a synth, noise machine, and it's very rhythmic. The first confusing thing is on the inputs, there's two things labeled output, and those are the audio outs. Here I'm taking the sub, which I'm guessing is like a subdivision of the clock, and sending it to the output, and you're going to hear a clock pulse. This thing has two ranges for its clock. Right now I'm setting a clock from the vocal kick, and then it's dividing it or multiplying it with its internal clock. Next, I'm gonna plug in the pulse output, which I'm guessing is like a square wave. Doesn't seem to track the clock, and the only interesting thing about this is the potentiometer seems to be backwards. So as you turn it right, it goes slower, and you go left, and it goes faster, which is the opposite of the rest of the machine. Now we're switching to the wave output. This is really the meat and the potatoes of the device. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'm thinking it's like a wavetable, but this is the part that simulates the UVB-76 Russian radio transmission. So basically you kind of get FM, AM, radio wave sounds, and the knob on the left there kind of scrolls through, I'm guessing like a wavetable, and the right knob, the comp, doesn't mean compressor, doesn't seem like it seems like it scans up and down the radio waves or somehow modifies them. So it's like each wave has a bunch of different spots within it to scroll through. Other than looking cool, the green light at the top of the unit seems to be the high-low status of the clock. The clock seems to flip from high to low. Below our three outputs, we have 6 clock dividers, which divide the clock and can be used to send like a high-low condition to control the different parts of the synth. Just plug the clock divider into the wave input, and so now we're getting a high-low, sort of up-down, maybe you'd call it like a stepped or a pulse wave modulation of the wave parameter. Another odd or confusing thing on this unit is the labeling of the 6 clock dividers. They're labeled 8, 64, 128, it multiplies by 4 every time, going up 6 times, starting with 8. And I'm not really sure what that number represents, but it seems backwards. I would imagine that 8 would be the most rapid division of the clock, and the higher number would be a slower division, but really it's the other way around. The higher numbers, the clock seems to flip-flop faster than the lower numbers. Now I'm going to move the modulation from the wave input to the comp. So now instead of moving that wave knob high-low, we're going to move the comp knob high-low for a totally different sound. Now let's take the sub, which seems to be the clock, and put it to modulate the wave. If I'm understanding this machine right, we should be hearing 4 different noises now. The wave alternating at a 1 speed, and then the clock divided comp operating at another speed. Let's now try to modulate the pulse wave. Increase the clock and then change the clock division. Now I'm going to bring back in the Volca kick just to sort of give a clock pulse to hear the different time of the Radio Sputnik against the regular kick. And then I'm just going to proceed to play around and jam and come up with some sounds. find it hard to get anything useful out of it in a live context, and that was kind of the intention for why I bought it. But I do need to put more time into it. Maybe I can coax some more usable sounds out of it for a live context. Incredible tool and sound source. It goes well with other modular gear. You can use envelopes on it and get some really cool sounds out of it. So definitely useful to get sounds from. I love the idea of a rhythmic noise box. That just is so many things that I love in music bundled into one. So I hope to explore it more and hopefully learn to use it in a live context.